live. It's the hashtag Insane Friends show, and we're happy to see all our great hashtag Insane Friends. We're here every Wednesday night at 7:30-ish.
Yeah, ish.
And
That's
we
the
are a great
operative word.
hashtag
Ish.
Insane Friends. We're here every Wednesday night. We are a part of the hashtag Insane Friends live marathon every week. There's somebody on almost
Ooh,
every
tell
night.
us all about that.
Yep. And before we get to our topic tonight, which is one of our favorite success books by Covey, we're going to shout out everyone on the live stream, and we're going to tell you about some of these wonderful people who have some other really good success habits, which are supporting children and veterans charities. But first, there are 11 channels participating in 9 different cities in 2 different countries, and it starts on every Sunday with our St. Otto channel, which goes on at 7:30 as well, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by Gregory Salvatore. And I think this next Sunday is the 3rd Sunday of the month. So Tim Bearden will be on at 4:30 every 3rd Sunday of the month. We're on every Sunday of the month, and all the other channels are on once a week, every week. Monday night is E-Tard Adventures at 9 p.m. And the Bubsification channel is on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. You're right here, right now, on Sane Enterprises at 7:30 p.m. Followed by Muscle Car Appraisal at 9 p.m. And I think they're doing something special tonight. So everybody make sure they go over there and check that out. Thursday is Dorito and the Lucha Cabra at 9 o'clock. It says 9:30, but they're usually on by 9 o'clock on Thursday night, followed by Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc. He goes on between 10 and 10:30. This is all Eastern Standard Time. They're broadcasting out of California, so it would be 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock on California time. Then Saturday, it is Chopper's Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m., followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. I'd like to thank all our hashtag Insane Friends for supporting the hashtag Insane Friends and giving them a great place for people to go almost every day of the week and hang out with us. Bubsification is here right now, first in chat.
Awesome.
Like I said, he's on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. And Reviewing,
Hi.
Playing, and More
Wow.
RPM is here.
Awesome people.
Yes, awesome people. He's in Canada. And Bubsification is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Don't just show up at his house, though.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah. We usually call
You
first.
just gotta look from the street through the window.
Kind of an inside joke. All right, so in June, there's a lot of great charity car shows in and around the area. And it would be nice if as many people as possible could go and support them and support the causes that they support, mainly the children's and veterans charities that they support. On the 15th, this Saturday, is the West Side Cruise In at 3385 Crowder Road in Rocky Face, Georgia, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then, if you're on the Tennessee side, Eastridge Antique District is trying out.
You gotta go to the office of Carol Sane, and it's right there on Ringo Road on Allstate, and I'll hook you up with some insurance. On the down low.
Okay, everybody it's up there in Chattanooga. If you're looking for something to go to and you're not going to come down to West Side and Rocky Face, they're trying to do a car show for the first time at the Eastridge Antique District. That's over on the east,
right
the east end of Eastridge.
Right down the road from my office.
It is. It's between where her office is and the Highway 75 on-ramp. Right behind where Wally's Restaurant and the the fireworks places. Used to be a Shoney's. It's a fireworks place now. From 1 to 6 p.m. they're having that. Okay, the most exciting thing that's going on in these streets, though, is happening the 22nd, and it is the Cars for Kids show at Camp Jordan Arena. This is being put on by Ken Davis. He also does the Black Bear Festival, so you know it's going to be a good one. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this is their 5th annual show, so they should be getting good at it by now. Hey, Making Tracks, what's happening? Then the 29th is the Walker County Civic Center benefit for Braden Cordell, who has chromosome abnormality. Need a little help for the medical expenses and the traveling expenses. He's only 8 years old. There will be a car show from 2 to 6. Spaghetti and lasagna dinner for only $6. Silent auction and raffles. Now, this is over there by Highway 27 on the Georgia side. Silent auction and raffles and free Thomas the Train rides and bouncy house.
Wow, bouncy house.
Yep. And
do you think that we'll have these chickpeas there?
We will be making a personal appearance at August the 3rd, Saturday, August the 3rd, at Cruise and Chatsworth Car Show from 9 to 3 at the Tractor Supply in Chatsworth, Georgia. And this benefits the Bagley Middle School football team. So we're going to be over there trying to help raise money for them. And then, of course, the 17th of August is the 14th annual St. Jude Children's Hospital Car Show from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And that's far enough into the future.
That is far enough into the future. Now we get down to business. Sane Enterprises business. This is not the business of eating.
I just found a new snack.
A new favorite snack.
Yay!
Yeah. This is one of our favorite books. As you can see, it's got lots of wear and tear on it. These were close to $25 when I got mine. And just I've read it repeatedly. Some of the pages are probably going to fall out of here at some point, but that's okay because these are less than $10 now on Amazon. There is a link already in the description, right there next to a couple of the books, our favorite books from Zig Ziglar. They're all about sales and management and stuff. And this is good advice in here. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, not just for running your business, but every aspect of your life. These habits are great habits to have. The first habit in the book is be proactive. Be proactive, which is all about not waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. You know, if you're just hourly employee somewhere and you're not running a business, and YouTube channel is a business. And so if you don't think you own a business and you don't think you need to know anything about business, but you're running a YouTube channel, then stay tuned, because all this stuff that we talk about here on Sane Enterprises translates to running your YouTube channel. Because if you run your YouTube channel like a business, it will grow a lot faster. Take care too, Making Tracks. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you.
Now, how can I be proactive? I know. I love you. See, that's proactive.
She's very proactive, and well, you know, she's into insurance sales. And of course, we set up our booths at the car shows and stuff, and we shout out people, and we try to get more people to go to support the charities and stuff. But we also set up our booths at some of the car shows. And we'll dedicate half the booth to her insurance stuff and the other half of the booth to mostly Sane Auto stuff, which is our other channel, our biggest channel. And it's our biggest channel because we do the most work of driving traffic to that channel. Most of what we do on this channel is try to, you know, let y'all know what we have been doing for the other channel to make it grow so that you can do the same things for your channel and make your channel grow. So we're not directly trying to make this channel grow. We're trying to use this channel to spread what we've learned so we can help y'all grow. And if you want to see the benefits of what we do to make the channel grow, don't look at the growth of this channel. Look at the growth of our other channel. That's where we're applying what we learned from books like this, is on the other channel. And reviewing, planning more. Oh, we added a P.O. box to your channel. Thank you. I will be sending you something. We have, matter of fact, we have one right here. Speaking of our other channel. See, we have merch and stuff for our other channel. We may or may not do that for this channel at some point, but right now, like I said, we're applying what we've learned about running businesses and managing businesses in the past to this channel. And before we ran businesses, well, you can't say before, because I've been doing business since I was 8 years old, knocking on doors looking for business. But when I started reading books like this, I really started getting good at it. And I started making some real money. Before then, I was barely making a living.
When I was 2 years old, I was selling my dad on the fact that I needed a lolly.
And there's nothing wrong with having a hourly wage job or a commission job or working for somebody else. Contrary to what some other people say in some of the other books, there's nothing wrong with that. I did that several times. I have worked a full-time job and ran my business nights and weekends. And I know a lot of people run their YouTube channels like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you apply really good habits throughout your day. And as a matter of fact, I think it's the preferable way to do it until your business starts making enough money to where you can replace the income of your job. You may not necessarily should give up that job unless you have a spouse or something and y'all have a plan where one of them's going to run the business and the other one's working full time, that sort of thing. But then there's still somebody working a job. So all those are legitimate ways of doing it. I know Bubsification is doing pretty darn well with his channel, and I think he does heating and air. He has a heating and air job. So, and also another thing that I did in the past, just about every business that I opened up, I worked for somebody else that was in that business and tried my guts out to make them as much money as I possibly could before I went and opened my own. Not only did I learn a lot about the industry that I was in before trying to open my own place, but also learned a lot about how to make that industry, make a business in that industry very profitable. And I built up a lot of really good daily habits that you need to have of what to do before lunch, what to do before the end of the day, and what to do after you close the store and stuff like that before I ever opened my own place. And I was in a habit of doing those things. And then when I opened my own place, it wasn't really that much different. So that's another benefit to working for somebody else before you open your own place. And you get to know a lot of the details that you can't learn from a book. Okay, so being proactive. That's another thing too. One of the things that I've noticed a big difference about myself and other managers and owners and stuff is a proactive thing. And that is I do a lot of physically writing down lists of procedures that I've learned you can do almost every task several different ways. But I like to make a written list of the best way to do it, and then change that list around when I find better ways to do it as I gain experience, until I've got a perfected kata, so to speak, of how to do each task that's written down. And then when I start hiring employees and stuff and I start training them, I can give them a copy of the list and say, here, look, this is the easiest way to do this. This is the most efficient way to do this. And then it makes it easier to train them, and it makes it easier for them to be trained. It also makes it easier for me to find a certain way to do it and stick to it and get really good at doing things a certain way. But you got to be proactive in order to be able to come up with standard operating procedures.
And what's the biggest?
Because most people are just waiting around for somebody to tell them what to do.
Best definition of being proactive. Give us an example.
Were you asking the audience to give an example, or me?
You.
Well, I just did, making the standard operating procedures. The other thing is cold calling. Cold calling is very proactive, and it doesn't have to be cold calling. I mean, if you can get a really good list of prospective customers, then that's more like warm calling or hot calling. But if all you can do and you don't have a list or you don't have any money is pick up the phone and start calling people out of the yellow pages, which I know is an old school method of doing it. You can Google businesses in your area and stuff. But if that's all you've got to do to generate traffic for your business or your service, or get into your list of past customers and call past customers instead of just waiting for people to call you, that's a lot more proactive than just sitting around waiting for the phone to ring to get another job. And it's very proactive. Going out to chamber meetings and business expos with business cards and meeting people and exchanging business cards, that's another very proactive thing to do rather than just waiting to accidentally meet people, which can happen if you do one of the things that Zig Ziglar talks about, and that is join the Smile and Compliment Club and just talk to people everywhere you go and be prospecting everywhere you go.
You're walking down the street, you see somebody looking down at the ground and being all grumpy. Well, I tell you, just as an experiment, walk up to that person and say, "Hi, how you doing?" with a big smile on your face. And just see how happy they are. They smile back. Makes them feel better. I do it all the time. I pick up the person who looks the least happy, and I just smile. And I say, "Hello, how are you?" And it starts a chain reaction.
The second habit is begin with the end in mind. And that means you got to know what your ultimate goal is. And you've got to start with that in mind all the time. Now, of course, you've got to break it down into smaller goals to create a pathway from where you are to where you want to be. But if you don't ever decide exactly what your ultimate goal is, it's kind of like getting in the car to go on vacation and start driving down the road, and then you and your spouse look at each other and say, "Oh, by the way, where are we going to vacation on?"
Oh, those are fun vacations.
Except that you're totally unprepared. I mean, if you run into the greatest beach you've ever seen, you won't have any of your beach wear or none of that stuff
you can ever have is called a penny vacation.
Okay, what is that?
Well, give me a penny. You got a penny in your pocket?
Oh, yeah. Gotta reach in my pocket now. My arms are so sore they feel like they're gonna fall off. Yes, it was that intense at the gym today.
All right, penny. This is heads, so that would be right. And this is tails. That would be left. Okay, what you do is you throw some clothes in the back seat of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever else you think you might need.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You flip the coin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's heads. So which way do we go? Right.
Okay.
And this is left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you go down to the next corner.
I get the feeling that most people are running their lives and their businesses this way.
Yes, exactly. But it is an adventurous vacation from reality.
It's an adventure, all right, but you know, you're not necessarily going to achieve what you set out to achieve because you didn't plan anything.
Well, if you don't plan, so if you're with your sweetie cutie, you don't have to plan everything.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound like great success advice, though.
But it is a fun vacation.
Yeah. Well, you know, I personally have some kids that are still having fun being that. What is the word I'm looking for?
Would you do it as a date
impulsive?
Night? Would you do it on date night?
I mean, I don't think it would be bad to do something like that for a date night or something, but for like bigger plans and bigger goals, I mean, like I was about to say, you know, I personally have at least one child that runs her life that way, very impulsive and stuff, and she's gotten nowhere so far.
Well,
it's been 12 years since she turned 18.
I have my.
She has nothing, and she's achieving nothing, and she's.
Excuse me,
not
sweetheart.
Gonna get nothing.
We don't need to air that in on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much for
the penny date.
Beginning with the end in mind.
Well, the end of a sale. What is it?
There's never the end to the sale. You got you can. There might be a close when you close, but then you need to do follow up, and you can do follow up, and you can do prospecting through current and past customers pretty much endlessly. Your previous customers could be a gold mine of new prospects and repeat business endlessly if you just never quit.
Well, it's not necessarily true.
And that's part of the sale. Well, not necessarily true with insurance. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of repeat sales in insurance. But you can call some of them and ask them if they have a friend or relative or somebody that might be interested. And of course, you wouldn't start out asking that. You would want to start out with asking them how happy they are with their service and their policy and everything. And if you get a warm response, be that
generic. I personally, in insurance, I am on a first name basis with all of my sales. And I have gotten them, I know them. So when I pick up the phone and I call them, I say, "Hi, Bob, how are you doing? How's the grandbaby? Really?" And I know everything about my customers. Then I ask for a referral. They tell me they've referred me to everybody they know. And I said, "Well, give me a name." And then I go from there.
Right.
Like old Zig Ziglar says. But it is a limited pool. That's why I'm going after the big fishes next week.
New prospects, business owners, local business owners. Yes.
Not the business owners. I'm going for the
they own
companies.
that's a business.
But they don't
know. You're just You're just whittling it down to a certain type of business, not all business owners in general. All right, so the third habit is putting first things first. And if you've got a bunch of good habits throughout your day, you'll start to notice that there are more and more good habits that you could have.
What's the first thing?
Even if all the only habits you have are to make sure that everything you do either makes money or saves money or improves your living conditions or the living conditions of those around you. And you'll find, and that includes, things that make you healthy, things that make your family healthy, those kind of things.
The chickpeas.
Yeah. You'll find that once you start getting into a habit of replacing all your habits with good habits that meet one of those three criteria, that you'll start thinking of more and more and more good things to do throughout your day, till the point where you're doing so many good things so you don't have any room for any bad habits. All your bad habits are gone because they got forced out by the lack of time to do anything other than stuff that makes money, saves money, or improves your health or your living conditions. And you just don't have time for anything else. And then you have to start finding even more good habits and more good habits. You don't even have time for all the good habits. You have to start picking and choosing.
And what about distractions?
What distractions? So you have to start whittling down to the things that make the most money, that save the most money, and that improve the living conditions and the health the most. Because, you just can't do it all. And you're getting further and further and further away from having any bad habits because your days and your weeks and everything are just so full of good habits, and you're having to put the first things first.
Am I a first thing first?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm not a distraction. I'm a first thing first.
That's another way of saying that is priorities. You gotta have priorities. You're putting first things first. You're prioritizing things in your day, and of course, people are a priority. And the people closest to you need to be an even higher priority.
Yes. The cutie sweetie is my main priority. And everything I do because I want to make his life easier.
And because people and relationships are a priority, that brings us to habit number 4, which is think win-win. You got to be in the habit of thinking win-win. And you could be thinking of, having deals with other people all the time. And a lot of people do this and they're successful at it. But I'm a lot more comfortable with the win-win philosophy. When you come up and approach people with deals and sales and any kind of business dealings, that there's something not only in it for yourself but in it for them too, so that the relationship can last if you're both getting something out of it. And a win-lose relationship would be like if you made a lot of money but they got an inferior product or something, and then you would of course want to avoid them seeing them later on, and you'd feel uncomfortable around them because you talked them into a win-lose deal. And you would avoid approaching them for referrals or repeat business, and that's no good for either person. Then a lose-win would be if you gave them so much value in your product or something and you asked for so little money in return that you also want to avoid them, because now you don't want to deal with them anymore because you feel like you lost in the deal, and you did. And you let them take advantage of you, and that's another way that animosity builds up between you and people you deal with. So whether it's a lose-win or a win-lose, you're going to end up avoiding those people and reluctant to have further dealings with them. So win-win is really the only way to go. Just sell products and services that you know both people benefit from, and sell them for prices in ways that you know you're never going to be reluctant to contact that person again, and you know, making it a win-win. And if people are pressuring you to do something for cheaper than you can afford to do it, or cheaper than you want to do it, that's another way of lose-win, where you lose and they win. So just don't agree to that. Just don't agree to do things like that. And
be assertive.
Right. Assertive is different from aggressive, because aggressive is you're looking for win-lose deals where you win and they lose. And passive is looking for lose-win, where you lose and they win. And assertive is right there in the middle. It's looking for win-win deals and win-win relationships. Now, habit 5 can help with that. It's seek first to understand, then to be understood. And that doesn't mean be a doormat. It just means, you know, listen to the other person's point of view. You never know what they're going to say. It's going to tip you off to what the problem is or what the solution is to, you know, fixing whatever's wrong with the relationship.
Oh, there's nothing
but
wrong
there's
with
a whole lot to that right there. You could write a whole book on that.
There's nothing wrong with a relationship.
No. We've been practicing this for a while. We're getting pretty good at it. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. You probably run into a lot of the same kind of difficulties I did with selling the computers.
I wish you could send me one.
And computer repairs.
Look at this
and all that
look
stuff
at
as
this.
I did
this
with
is,
running the transmission
this
repair
one
for so long.
is just a pain in the butt. It doesn't have any space in it, and I can't download any apps or anything because it just doesn't work.
Yep.
So.
And it's too bad that you're so far away. I'd probably be one of your best customers if it wasn't for the shipping and import-export duties and stuff between here and Canada. I wish it was different. It shouldn't be that way.
No.
Yeah. There's a free trade between anywhere. It should be between here and Canada.
Yeah, I have the external hard drive, and I'm not very good at figuring out what I'm supposed to do there and how to get the stuff over there.
The thing has so little internal memory, you can't even download the driver for the external hard drive. And she has never, ever downloaded anything to that. It came that way.
I don't even have pictures in it.
It's a Dell Inspiron 11 3000 series. Yeah, she doesn't even have a single picture in it. No documents, nothing.
I do have some text.
So
documents.
I think we're just going to end up getting her another better device, because it's been 2 years you've had that?
Yeah.
It was one of those really cheap, like $250 things. Or $350.
Yeah, it was
$250, $350, something like that.
It's a cheap thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted little. I want little. I don't want the big thing.
And since there's nothing downloaded on it, we wouldn't lose anything by replacing the hard drive on it. So I wonder if that's an option. What it would cost to get a hard drive for it and replace it.
No.
to a bigger hard drive because we really don't have any money or time invested in putting programs or anything on it because we've never put anything on it.
I do have something on it.
Yeah, replace it with something with an SSD. That would be nice.
What's that?
The solid state drives.
Oh.
They're kind of bulletproof compared to these spinny drives.
These downloaded
They're a little
PDFs.
pricey though, compared to spinny drives.
Yeah, I just think we need to get another one.
Yeah, a newer, better one.
Yeah. I like this though. See, you do this like that, and it's a tablet. You do this like this, and it's a computer. I like that.
Oh, he says he can use TeamViewer and can fix PCs from anywhere in the world. Well, we need to talk more about that then on personal chat because I got some things that need to be done. If you can do that over the internet. Mostly this one and the other one, for some reason, I can't do restore anymore.
Well, what about my one outside? Oh, you can't do anything with that. That doesn't even come up anymore.
It doesn't even open up anymore. Microsoft Surface Pro, and it would be a huge upgrade. What is Microsoft Surface Pro?
Oh, yeah, I want one of those. Those are awesome.
What is it?
It's like this, but like King Kong.
King Kong compared to that, that's a monkey, and it's King Kong.
Yeah. Oh, they're awesome. I want one so bad. That's why I got this one, because that's what I want. Cortana's being nosy again.
Well, on this one, there should be plenty of hard drive space because I use an external hard drive for all my stuff. Well, most of my stuff. The videos and the photos and stuff like that are mostly on the external hard drive, even more so on this one than on the other laptop. The other laptop I was started out with a lot of pictures and video on there, and then I quit putting them on there because I have such a ton of video and photos from the car shows and stuff that I started using an external hard drive. And I think I've got a 4 terabyte Seagate, and I've got it more than a half full. So you certainly wouldn't want to put all that on a laptop.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be more like the micro.
But that one's never had any hard drive space.
I thought this one was going to be more like the Surface Pro. You need to tell him about that, because that's the one I really wanted. It's the same deal, but like awesome instead.
Yeah, the other thing too, if she had something like the Surface Pro, if it's that great, she could probably do like I do and have things like QuickBooks from Intuit on there for keeping track of it, income and expenses and stuff like that. I don't know if you use QuickBooks or anything like QuickBooks, but it's great for taking care of your business and being ready for taxes at the end of the year.
I am sad now. Okay, I gotta get over it. Can I get a hug? Just a little bitty hug. Thank you.
Yep.
That's nice. Thank you. Okay, I'm okay now.
Oh, there's a Surface Pro 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. See what it says under shopping.
Look at
Ooh,
that price.
$7.99. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got solid state drive.
Yeah.
8 GB. Yeah, it should be fast. I think that's as big as what I've got here with the HP Pavilion. It's got the one I'm on right now is the HP Pavilion, and it's the 8th generation Intel Core i7, and I think it's 8 GB. Now this other one says that it's for $5.99 the Surface Pro 6 with 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB solid state drive. So with 128 GB solid state drive, you would still have to have, just absolutely have to have, an external hard drive if you're going to be doing any photos and video and stuff like that. Yeah, 8 GB is enough, all right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was still editing videos and stuff on the other HP laptop with 4 GB before I got this HP Pavilion with 8 GB. Microsoft, you get 1 TB of online storage. Okay. That's still not nearly enough for me. Maybe for her, but not for me. Because I've got that 4 GB external more than halfway full and making more videos almost every day. It's OneDrive. I've got OneDrive on this thing too, but I don't know what, I haven't sat there and read about it. Don't know that much about it. Don't know how to use it. Don't fully understand what it is.
It's like Dropbox. I showed you Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Dropbox.
Yeah. What I like about the external hard drive that I have, this Seagate 4 TB, is not only is it working fine, but it was around $110 for 4 TB.
At work, we use Dropbox.
Yeah.
That he's talking about.
So is the OneDrive free? Because I've got
Yes.
OneDrive, and how much
Yeah.
do you get for free? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know about that. But at work, we have Dropbox. No, we don't. He uses Google. Oh, God, I got to get him up to Dropbox at least. Need to get him to pay.
Or is he still using something older than Dropbox?
Google. What is that?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't help you.
Hey, what is a good PDF tool? That's very important. I need to know a good PDF tool that I can split, merge.
Okay, so OneDrive is free up to 1 terabyte, and then you pay to get more. Because I think that the cloud thing is quite a bit less than that on their free, isn't it? You get like just a few gigabytes on cloud for free per email address, which people say you can just get more email addresses, but man, that seems very complicated to me, the amount of space that I use. I don't want to have to keep up with a whole bunch of email addresses. Adobe Pro, full version of Adobe Pro.
And with that, I can split, merge. Is it user friendly? Because we're looking at a couple people that don't know anything in the office.
Well, you mean Adobe Pro? Is Adobe Pro user friendly? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because
I don't know.
I need something that is bulletproof and idiot proof.
I've had experiences with limited versions of Adobe and liked everything that they had, but I've never even seen the full version of Adobe Pro.
Well, I mean,
and I can
need
only
to know
imagine
if I
how
can,
many different capabilities it
if
has.
I can split, merge, because I really need something that is Baba proof, something that and what I would be doing is we have our auto policy. This is what I mostly use it for. Our auto policy, the paperwork, you scan it in, okay, and you get it in PDF form. From there, you need to separate the uninsured motorist form from the application. And you need to upload the uninsured motorist form and then upload the application. And all I need to do is split that uninsured motorist, which is the first 2 pages of usually the 17-page document. And then the other half I need. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's about time for us to go.
Yes, it is.
We're going to be cutting into muscle color appraisals time. They are live at 9 o'clock, and they may be going on a little bit early tonight. I'm not sure.
Everything gonna be all right today.
So I would check with them about 8:30, 8:45, just to be sure they're not already live by then, because I can't remember for sure. I've got so many things, so many balls in the air right now. I can't remember for sure, and I didn't make a note, but something in my memory tells me that they were saying something about going. I know they're doing something special tonight.
Awesome.
And so definitely want to be there.
Thank you. Now, what's my song? I forgot. Everything will be all right. Be all right.
Yeah.
Then what's the other one? The part of the team.
Oh, everything is awesome.
when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're just like me. Everything is awesome when he has a wife like me. Everything is awesome.
Okay, till the next video, we're wishing you all #insane growth for all our #insane friends. Thank you for coming tonight, especially you, Dennis.
Everything is awesome. Thank you. Now, sing that song all week. Everything is awesome when you are just like me. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're happy like me. See, it works with just about everything. And it makes you feel better. You can't feel bad if you're singing Everything's Awesome. So, there. Bye.